Hey everybody, David Blackston here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. You know, I'm really excited today to talk about an organization that is very, very special here in this area. And I'm glad to have with us today retired Lieutenant Colonel Don Hanson. He also he's got two careers. He served in the military. He's also a retired federal prosecutor. So we're honored to have you here with us today and to talk about the Military Officers Association of America. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Tell me about that group.
We just say MOAA.
MOAA.
Yeah.
MOAA.
Yeah.
Well, how long has MOAA been around?
Well, it's been around quite a while. It used to be, when I retired from the military in '94, it was the Retired Officers Association, TROA. And then I think it was after 2000 that they changed it because they wanted to get more active duty involved. And so they made it the Military Association of America.
So what's the qualifications to be a member of this?
If you, in fact, held a commission and or a warrant as an officer at any time during your life, then you are eligible to join MOAA.
And this could be Coast Guard?
Yep.
Navy?
Yep.
Marines?
Yep.
Army?
Yeah.
Air Force?
Space Force.
Space Force.
Mhm.
Forget about Space Force. That's a new one on
And
us.
then also, if you were in the other two uniformed services, the health service and can't think of the other one. But there are 8 altogether.
Right. And that's great. And obviously you're all over the country, but we're talking today strictly about Lake County and Sumter County chapter, right?
Correct.
Roughly how many members do you have here?
Right now we have 302.
Do you all meet regularly or?
We meet 8 times a year.
Okay.
7 of those are luncheon meetings, and 1 is a dinner meeting.
That's great.
We meet January through May for luncheon meetings, and then we're off June, July, August, and then we meet again for luncheon meetings in September, October, and then we have a dinner where we honor the junior ROTC cadets that we sponsor.
Oh, that's great.
In November.
That's
and then
great.
we're in December we're dark again.
So I'm curious about something. You know, we talk about this and the organization. It's a great organization. What's your primary purpose of this? I know it's not just to get together and have fun, but what are you all? What is this group? What's it for?
Well, National MOAA is one of the primary advocates for active duty, retired, and former military.
Okay.
Not just officers. Our local communities, our local chapters throughout the United States are more for disseminating the information of what's going on in Congress that was helpful to both state and federal, that is helpful for the military, retirees and former and active, and then also to have a location place for camaraderie. One of the things that I missed going into my second career was that I didn't have that camaraderie that I had in my first career as an active duty military.
This is great.
So.
You know, there's so many different military groups around this area, and they all have great purposes. I'm looking over here at some of the things that you all are big in sponsoring. You know, raising money for the Village Honor Flight. Disabled American Veterans Orange Blossom Chapter, Support the Troops, Combat Veterans to Careers, Village for Veterans, Smile for Veterans. I like that one. I've not heard of that one. That's a good one.
That's one that Rotary puts on.
Is that the one Rotary
They support
does?
that. And
I
that's
love
for
that.
Low income and needful former veterans, or veterans I should say, that just can't afford dental services.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
It's sad that our military is not, I don't want to go political on us, but it's sad we're not taking care of the people, the men and women that's done this for us. Operation Helping Hand, Operation Shoebox. I know we've got an upcoming golf tournament. It's going to be, it's actually going to be the 17th one that you all put on here in this area.
It is.
It's going to be at Harbor Hills. Man, if you've not played Harbor Hills, it is a beautiful layout. It really is. It's not too far from here in the Villages, so it's a good time. It's not till April. There's going to be information on this video showing you where you can go to register for it. How much are you trying to raise for that event?
Well, we're trying to raise $30,000.
Okay.
And it's not, we're not, how shall I say, trying to win the world on that. That's our chapter's only money maker for the year.
Okay.
And from that, we support 12 scholarships that we give to the junior ROTC cadets of the 6 schools
great.
that are in our 2-county area, and then to the 8 military-oriented charities in our local area that we support.
I noticed on here the schools are like Eustis High School, Leesburg High School, Mount Dora High School, South Lake High School, South Sumter High School, and Umatilla High School.
Those are the 6 high schools that have junior ROTC programs. Only one in Sumter County, which is South Sumter. The other 5 are in Lake County.
Lake County. Let me ask you a question. We kind of prepped before we went on screen, but I'm going to throw a curveball at you.
Okay.
Help me with something. If I'm a parent of a child in high school, why would they want to be a member of junior ROTC? What does that bring to the table for my child?
Well, junior ROTC definitely helps an individual develop himself, his personality, his leadership, his or her leadership.
I was going to say, it is a his or her, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. And so consequently, the more an individual is self-confident and has leadership abilities, they're going to do a lot better in the world, particularly in college, next step, or in jobs, next step, if you're not going to further education. And obviously there's a lot of work that they do. All the chapters, all the units do a lot of community activities.
Mm-hmm. How does somebody qualify for a scholarship? You've got the top 2 graduating senior cadets.
It's based upon the instructors and the school determining who the top 2 senior cadets are.
Isn't that great?
And so the top one will get a $1,500 scholarship, and then the second, number 2, is a $1,000 scholarship.
Just out of curiosity, you might not know this number, but again, I'm going to throw another curveball at you. Hope you don't mind. How many do you think junior ROTC end up going into the military?
Less than 50%.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they get the chance to go in high school and I was never fortunate enough to serve, and I might say something you're going to laugh at. Do they ever get to go to a post to see what actually goes on?
Well, it really depends upon the school.
The school.
And how active and involved the instructors are in working with the other organizations. But there's at least one school that I'm aware of that went up to Lejeune, Camp Lejeune, and got to see how the Marine Corps handles new recruits and so forth, and that was an extreme treat.
That might be why you only have 50% when they saw how they get whipped around there.
Well, the instructors, military instructors, and all of those in the 6 schools are retired military, or there is one school that has an active duty Florida National Guard instructor.
Oh, really?
That is in our 6 schools, but most of them, all the instructors are not there to recruit.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think that's a requirement. They may not recruit for their particular service or others. But they are there to install responsibility, leadership, that type of thing.
What a great thing. Mm-hmm. What a great thing. Well, let me say, folks, again, that we've got a golf tournament coming up. It is going to be on Friday, April the 11th. It is going to be at Harbor Hills. If you want to register to sign up, bring a foursome, however you want to play, all that information is going to be on the screen for you. The other thing, too, if you want to make a donation just to the Military Officers of America Association for this chapter. That information is going to be on there too, where you can send your donations to. $30,000 is all they're trying to raise. Let's try to get 60. How about that? Let's shoot for a big number. Let's really bless this group. I mean, these men and women that are part of this organization sacrifice their time and life so that I can be sitting here right now today. And I think we owe that to them for the effort they're putting forth. Don, I can't thank you enough for being here. I'm honored that you allow us to be part of your organization. We're very blessed by that. So folks, if you need more information on it, it's going to be on the screen. Did I miss anything? Anything we need to go over?
No, you got, I think you got everything.
Fantastic, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you
We're
very
honored and
much.
blessed to have you here. Guys, be watching the next one of these that we're going to be coming out with. We're going to be interviewing some really exciting people just like Don here. So we're excited about that. You all have a great day. I look to see you at this golf tournament. See you later. Bye-bye.